What's up, tribe? Officially today, I got 4 more days here left in the States. I haven't been on YouTube for a while, and I've been taking care of things here in America. I currently live in Virginia right now. It's time to go back to paradise. Go back to Thailand. You be coming on a ride with me on my travels. I'll explain to you why I chose Thailand, because I've lived in other countries before, and I just chose Thailand. Actually, I explained a little bit in the other videos previous to this one, so if you want to go back there and videos, give it a like. If you have any other questions, you can post your questions below in these comments of this video. You saw the title of this the video, so this is things that you should probably do before you travel abroad. If you have any more things, or you think I missed something, you can post it in the comments, or your experience or whatever. I appreciate it. I'll read it. You want to scan all your documents or take a picture of them and put it in the cloud. I've before just put stuff on like a flash drive, but don't even trust that, because some could happen where you lose your luggage, or you lose that flash drive. If you put it in the cloud, you don't have to worry about it. So you can use Google Drive, you can use Apple Cloud. I know Drive is free. And then there's no excuse not to put your documents up there. Put everything on the cloud. Everything on the cloud. Everything you can. Okay, second thing that you want to do before you go abroad, automate everything. You don't want to leave any responsibility up to anybody, because you'd be surprised the most responsible person that you know, and you leave that to somebody, and then they're like, oh, I forgot, or I had this going on and I wasn't really paying attention. And you're like, come on, man, I talked to you about it before I left. You said okay. I talked to you about it multiple times, and you still said okay. And then, you just dropped the ball. So, for example, I have 2 cars. They're parked where my sister lives. And I tell her, just start the car every week, or maybe every 2 weeks. It doesn't matter, just start it so the battery doesn't go out. So when I come back, I ain't gotta get a whole new battery or charge those batteries up. You think she did that? No. I even called her in 2 weeks when I was in another country. I was like, hey, did you start the car? Oh no, I didn't do that. Okay, you're about to do it. We'll hang up. Yeah, okay. Hung up. Called her in a couple days. Did you start the car? Oh no, I fell asleep. I forgot. Oh, come on. All right. So leave nothing to nobody. Automate everything. Automate your bills. Automate who's gonna pick up your mail. Matter of fact, just stop your mail and have it and pick it up when you get back at the post office or whatever. So yeah, so people are not looking at your mailbox getting stocked up and like, oh, he must not be home. You don't want that. Also, if you have any cars and you know nobody's gonna start them for you, disconnect the battery so your battery's not dead when you get back. All right, number 3, you want to call your phone service to make sure your phone's going to work in wherever you're going. I know for a fact that my phone's going to work in Thailand. Even the first time I went, I knew it at least was going to work in Bangkok. I knew because I have T-Mobile, and T-Mobile is pretty much everywhere around the world. What I didn't know was what the rates were for being over there and being international. And I ended up having to go in the mall and getting a SIM card, a new SIM card for my phone. So now I have 2 SIM cards in there, one for here and one for over there. And I have 2 numbers. I have a Thai number and I have the regular local American number. No, actually I have 3 numbers. I also bought a Magic Jack number. So that's a good idea. Buy a Magic Jack number. I think it's like $5 a month or something like that. Even though it might work in one place, you might go out to the sticks somewhere and it don't work. That's happened to me plenty of times, where in the main city, where near the airport, my phone worked just fine, and then when I got 20 minutes past the airport, it didn't work. Because you just don't know the situation over there until you get there. So yeah, phone service. You don't want to use your main debit or ATM card when you're abroad, because you never know who's looking at your information. You never know if they have the same security standards as America does. So even if you're, at a fast food joint somewhere else, you don't know who's looking at your card. You just don't know. So what you can do is go to Walmart or even your local bank and ask them for a prepaid card. Cash App offers you can use Cash App. Wise got a debit card. Yeah, lots of places where you can get a prepaid card that's not directly linked to your main bank account. So what you do is put $500,000 in that card, and I use it for the duration of my stay. And I make sure it's either a Visa or MasterCard, because they don't know nothing about Discover. At least Thailand. I don't know other places. They don't know nothing about Discover. They don't know nothing about American Express. Any of those other weird ones. The 2 main ones, MasterCard and Visa. That's what you want to use. Also, you might want to consider if you want to start traveling abroad a lot, make sure that your bank covers your ATM fees, because that you're going to use that a lot. Even if you pre-plan, if you get $1,000 in cash and say, this is all I'm going to spend in cash when you move, I guarantee you're not going to spend that. You're probably going to spend a little bit more. But you always want to know that, some of these ATM fees out there are so crazy. Sometimes it's $6. And then on top of that, there's another $8 fee for, converting the money over to whatever place that you're at. So yeah, just ask your bank, do they cover the ATM fees at the end of the month? Do they reimburse you? Mine, I got Navy Federal, mine reimburses my ATM fees and all of it. So even if it doesn't matter what the ATM is charging me overseas, then I don't have to worry about it. I get it back at the end of the month. And last but not least, number 5, pre-plan your movements before you fly. I'm gonna say it again. Pre-plan your movements before you fly. For example, you fly from Virginia to New York. From New York to Dubai, and from Dubai to Thailand. Then once you get to Thailand, you're gonna get a cab that's gonna take you to this hotel that you have already booked, and then you're gonna stay at this hotel for 2 weeks. Let's say 2 weeks, and then you're gonna get a cab or a Grab and go to the next hotel in the next city or wherever. And you want all these things already pre-planned and pre-booked. Do not wing it. I don't care if you're like, hey, I'm trying to be spontaneous and no, dude. Well, I would say your first 5 visits to different countries, do not wing it. Because I'll tell you why. You don't know their holidays. You don't know if they got some special going on that you're not aware of, where you're not. So if they have a holiday or something like that, you might not be able to get a cab that day, or you might not be able to check into a hotel because that hotel is booked, or any hotel is booked up. I can't tell you how many times in Germany, when I was in Germany, and then I took a train somewhere, and I was like, yeah, I'll just find a hotel, and because I had a little bread like that, so I was like, I'll just be spontaneous and get up. No, it was a holiday that day, so all the hotels were booked up. Where within like 20 miles, and I could not get a hotel, and I ended up having to leave that same day because I couldn't get a hotel. Just like things like that, you want to pre-book everywhere, so you have somewhere to stay everywhere you go. It's kind of like building a skeleton, where it's okay to be spontaneous, but your basic needs are already met and already pre-planned. So you can't be turned around anywhere. Also, if you plan on having a car, you need to pre-plan and pre-book that too, because cars in I know places like Thailand, it's especially hard to get around the holidays, around the weekends. They're not all that strict on who drives their cars, but I know if you want to get a scooter or a little motorbike, it's not really that hard. But a car, you got to make sure you pre-plan that. Yeah, and I would not drive a motorbike in Bangkok. It's too crazy. If you've never been to a place, maybe if you come from a place like India, or you know, their driving is off the charts. So if you ain't coming from a place like that, you ain't used to this. You ain't used to how they drive down there. I do own a motorbike, but it's not in Bangkok. It's in Buriram, which is in Isan, which is like 5 miles away from Bangkok, and the traffic is totally different. Even though they still kind of drive a little crazy, but I can manage it. And I don't feel I don't fear for my safety when I'm driving. So now I'm here at my appointment, so I gotta go, but I'll catch you on the next video, and yeah.